Somebody find me a drug that causes more memes to be made than prednisone, because I bet you can't. I'm Dr. Megan, your prednisone pharmacist, and I get a kick out of all of the memes that are made about prednisone. So let's check some out and see how I could react to those. So first of all, we've got this one, and it says, the good news is prednisone will bring you out of this flare. The bad news is you are going to be obese and have mush for a brain. Well, I can't think of one that would describe it better. You're no longer going to be in pain. You're no longer going to be suffering, but you're going to have mush for a brain? What is it talking about? Being obese? Huh? What's that about? So maybe it's because of this meme. It says, I didn't want to eat the whole cake. Prednisone made me. It's as if the prednisone comes alive and makes you eat. There's a little angel on your shoulder saying, eat, eat, eat. That's seriously what it feels like. I thought I was going to have to eat every single bite of every single cake, like the boy on Matilda who was forced by Trunchbull to eat an entire cake without milk. That's the worst. Okay. And then this one of the cat, this body is brought to you by prednisone. Yep. It definitely makes you feel tired. And like we said in the first one, obese, right? 3 a.m. on high doses of prednisone. Yes, I was there, eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling like, when am I going to go to sleep? I thought I was taking prednisone because I was sick and I needed to get better. Here I am, not sleeping. Am I ever going to be able to get better if I am staring at the ceiling and not sleeping? Right? Isn't that how it feels? That's prednisone, especially when you first start taking it, especially on high doses. And then we have Star Wars. What's his name? The big dude in Star Wars. And he said prednisone, honestly, because yes, that is what we like. You lose the neck. There is no jawline. He has no jawline. I mean, look at that. It's just like one blob. That's how it is with prednisone. And do you see how his arms are skinny in comparison to the rest of him? That is totally prednisone. I had never had such skinny legs and arms as when I was taking prednisone. And here we go. Big arms that are not wide, but his chest is gigantic. So he's lost muscle, but he's gained weight around his belly and his neck. That's it. That's prednisone. And I love this one. I'm sorry for what I said. It wasn't me. It was the prednisone. Yes. Prednisone hijacks your mood, hijacks your personality. You're like a different person. Prednisone makes us feel like we're no longer driving our own car, that we're suddenly thrown into someone else's car, a metaphorical car that is our body, and that it's not our own. And we're trying to figure out how to drive it. It's so hard to be on prednisone. You feel like a totally different person. And here we go. You know you're taping off prednisone when your favorite part of the day is going to bed. Yeah, because you feel like you should be in bed all day. Like a lot of people just feel fatigued, exhausted. Like they got hit by a bus, kind of like his hair. Yeah, I want to go to bed when I'm tapering for sure. I don't always take prednisone, but when I do, the moon turns into a human face. Yes, prednisone causes moon face. When I was on it, you could barely see that I had a jawline. I had no wrinkles. That was one great thing. No wrinkles, like who needs a wrinkle when you have moon face? It's just all this extra padding. Now this is for real. Chronic disease, IV prednisone. Hey, I slept 47 minutes. Let's eat, then clean something. Move. Yes, yes. IV prednisone is usually actually prednisolone. That's really confusing. There's actually no such thing as IV prednisone. I know it says that. That doesn't actually exist. Nobody actually injects prednisone into their bodies. It's prednisone's sister called prednisolone. But even with all that said, yes, this is usually, if they're injecting it into you, it's a super high dose because you're really sick, like you're going blind or your kidneys are failing or something horrid. And so it is making you feel like you cannot sleep at all. And you have all this extra energy. That's why you're not sleeping. It's like, I'm going to clean every drawer in the whole house. And you can suddenly move. Like you might have had like joint problems before. And now suddenly it's like, who needs joint problems? I've got the prednisolone. Take prednisone, they said. You'll feel better, they said. There are lots of different versions of this meme online, but essentially it's that you are told one thing about prednisone, just the one thing. You'll feel better. They didn't mention that you won't sleep, that you'll get a big round face, that it'll change your personality. Nobody mentioned that when they first gave you it. That wasn't what anybody said, at least not to me. Prednisone, more like prednisuck. And you know what's the best part about that? Is it not just like makes you feel awful, but there's a reason it makes you feel awful. You know what that reason is? Prednisone sucks nutrients from your body. You're like, what are you talking about, Dr. Megan? I'm talking about the fact that the side effects are coming from the nutrients depleted. And you're like, huh? What I'm saying is the top side effects come from serious withdrawals of nutrients from your body. For example, one of the worst side effects is osteoporosis. I saw a video yesterday of the guy's back, like he had no spine. It was completely collapsed. It was so disturbing because calcium, vitamin D, magnesium, vitamin K2 were missing. Prednisone sucked them out. And so you have to be taking calcium and vitamin D while you're taking prednisone. That's what the doctors who prescribe it the most say. Like rheumatologists, they say everybody should be taking it. So if you're feeling like prednisone is more like prednisuck, then what you should do is replenish those nutrients, right? Like if they're gone, you should put them back. If you were a yellow wilting plant, wouldn't you want somebody to water you and give you some nitrogen to green up and get all perky? Well, that's exactly what I did when I created Nutrinized Zone. I created your own special fertilizer. Just kidding, not fertilizer. It is a supplement designed to not just replenish those nutrients, but also to help with many of the top concerns of people on prednisone. So you just take 2 at bedtime, and it comes as a twin pack, and you take 2 in the morning. So 2 in the morning, 2 at bedtime, and you get all the nutrients you need while on prednisone. Plus, you're doing everything in your power to feel like yourself again while on prednisone. And then you can laugh at these memes because they won't be true for you anymore. Signing off as Dr. Megan, your prednisone pharmacist.